The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports.
Yeah, they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
You look at the Saints defense.
They really played well in that win last week against Miami.
And the big difference in the game, their ability to force turnovers. Multiple, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, the big difference in the game.
It was impressive. Now the question, can they duplicate it? And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
This defense for the Saints, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7.
From the gun, it's Lance. Throw over the middle, he finds Williams.
And this effort won't do it. He needed to get to the 45. He's a yard or 2 short. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
That pattern and scheme was well defensed on 3rd down. He tried to just sprint from one side of the field to the other, and they got it to him quickly. But no chance at yards after the catch there, and they stopped him short.
So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. They're going for it with the option right. They'll try and run for it. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
I'm laughing because I'm not so sure I would have made this call. I'm not so sure I would have said, yeah, let's go ahead and get this one, especially at this point of the game. But give him credit. He had a feeling and carried it through.
Yeah, that's one where you think, okay, if you're down, 2 minutes left, the ball's near midfield, you go for it. But at this stage, at that part of the field, but like you said, it worked. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
That's caught. It's Sam Laporta.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. It's a gain of 14 and a 1st down for Detroit.
A man who was the Georgia State High School Player of the Year in 2020. Here's Jahmyr Gibbs.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
Second down and 4.
Now a handoff running through the middle. And they'll get to him just inside the 15, even after that strong run we witnessed. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Hey, if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. And he's able to pick up the 1st down before he's tackled right at the 10. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line.
Now 2nd and 9 from the 10. Gibbs straight ahead. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed out.
And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
4th down and no hesitation from Matt LaFleur as he sends out the field goal unit. I don't think this will even, nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short, and this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
They begin with a run by Miller. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Again, it's Miller. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
You talk about this Lions defense.
And they've been excellent against the pass, the number 6 unit in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the 2nd quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they go to work on a 1st and goal. They'll try and sneak it here. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll go with the keeper. And he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season.
And the Saints post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. A point after, good by Grupe.
And it's now a 7-0 game.
After the touchdown, here's Grupe to kick this one away.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a 1st down. Going for the deep ball.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Jeremy Chinn picks it off.
Sheds off the tackle.
And the Saints are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you get 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space, not a skill most of them possess. That allows for extra yardage on the return.
His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back in their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
The Saints had 2-2 through the first 4 weeks of the season. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 5.
They'll run it again with Miller. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They'll try to run for it with Miller. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league and converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it.
Now a 2nd and 6.
Inside handoff now, Miller. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
Throwing out right here, caught by Olave.
And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe, and that will extend their lead even further.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game, and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
On play action, Lance. He's airing it out for Williams. It's caught inside the 25. And he will be taken down, but it is a huge play there to flip field position. And they'll be on the other side of the field as we have reached the 2-minute warning. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. The give, right side for Gibbs. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two.
It always helps when you get great run support from your safeties, and when you get one who can actually read the play and get upfield and shut it down before it gets going, it's exactly what you're looking for.
Second down, and they go back to Gibbs. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Play action, now it's Lance. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. From 8 yards out. And the Lions get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Oh, he missed it. No good. So this remains a 4-point game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So starting field position up past the 40-yard line. A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. They'll set up a throw. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
It certainly feels like the classic second guess, but let's be honest about it. They had a chance going to halftime with the lead. Why did they take a chance with a throw there? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. And now this defense has to try to protect that lead going into the locker room. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Now a throw here out wide. He might be looking to throw this again. The throw's going to be caught. And this works to perfection. The double pass leads to a touchdown. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. Lance going to try to throw for this. And that is caught for the 2 points. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. This to the back of the landing zone. He'll return it from the 1. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming. They're going to look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a fourth down.
That's to his running back, complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. This 2nd and 4. They fake the handoff. Now Lance. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Gibbs. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 4 seconds left, and there's the timeout. In field goal range and a chance to tack on 3 before intermission. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. 1 touchdown is the difference. 17-10 our score, and we are back underway on EA Sports. This taken in right around the goal line. Oh, some hitting going on now. This has been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there on the return. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
102 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. 2nd and 4. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Here comes 3rd and the length of the football. They'll give it up the middle to Miller. And just shedding him off there. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards. He had a really solid first half running the football and picking up where he left off here in the 3rd quarter.
How about the yardage he's piling up right now? This feels like a full game, not just this series that we're watching right now. I know people are screaming, where are the adjustments from halftime on the defensive side of the ball? Sometimes they're just not there. Sometimes you just have to find a way to tackle someone.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's got this down to the 35. 16 yards, a little deja vu from the previous play where they got 16. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Running left is Miller. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
This is 2nd and 8.
A handoff. Running left is Miller.
And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line.
He'll get 15 and a Saints first down. He continues to have a big night here under the lights carrying the football.
And some guys prefer night games. For whatever reason, their bodies react a certain way. They love the spotlight. Maybe that's what it is. The best seats in the house, the ones where he's carrying the football for his offensive teammates. The worst seats, the 11 guys trying to tackle him on defense.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and it's 2nd down.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch, not much yardage afterwards.
Now it's Miller running right. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal.
The running game's played a huge part in getting him down to this point on the field. I say stay with it. Keep pounding the football. Keep driving. Keep grinding.
Yeah, even down in the red zone, keep going for it.
No doubt about it. Dance with what brung you.
They'll try and run for it with Miller. He gets this down to the 3. Brought the power run out of the bag, but couldn't do a ton with it. A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
Miller diving for the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown. Just power football there. Down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Drive starts with a run from Gibbs.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a 1st down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move, and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
Now a play fake. Lance
on the move to his left. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now for getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Third quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. Here's Lance to throw it.
It's complete to Williams. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a first down.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage. The drag route can be effective when it's run well.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here.
And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Lance now to throw. Setting up the screen. This is Gibbs.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Back now here live in New Orleans. From here, it would be a 45-yard field goal attempt, certainly in range, but they'll look for more yardage on 3rd down.
Gibbs will try and pick it up. Running right through it.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
Jahmyr Gibbs with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th.
Extra point splits the uprights, and they will take a 7-point lead. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock.
And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
But sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw defensive end right in his face because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
Throwing right, and that's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
He'll get 15 and a Saints 1st down.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
Andy, do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
42 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And he's going to bring this one down to right about the 20-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Now, I'm guessing guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down. They'll try to run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And they'll go for it. Lance.
And in for the Lions touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Lions are well on their way to a 5-0 start as they extend their lead. We talk so often about how hard it is to win in the NFL when you turn the ball over, and here a late turnover leads to a 4th quarter touchdown and a 2-score lead.
And what's more important is being able to take advantage when a turnover presents itself. You've got to come up with points to make the other guy pay. They're able to do so here, and they've got a pretty good chance now of winning this football game.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that.
And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
Second down and 8.
They'll try and run this one right up the gut. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
And this is the worry because sometimes you get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up and you're staring at an important 3rd down.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
They'll run again.
And he is going to have the 1st down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd.
57 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And they showed off the athletic Jude. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. Here's a give up the middle.
And he will have a Lions 1st down, and that's the one that should seal a victory.
That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. This defense, Charles, they have unraveled here in the 4th.
In a sense, it's like they're being pressed like in a basketball game, and they just can't get the ball over half court. I mean, no matter what they do, they can't get off the field. They can't slow them down. They're just going up and down the field against them. Yeah, unraveling would be a perfect word for them.
So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way